All right, so number 9 on the QR code review is asking us to solve the radical equation, the square root of x plus 8 equals 2 plus x. So the first move that you're going to want to do is to get this x out from underneath the square root is square both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to square both sides. On the left-hand side, you'd just be left with x plus 8. On the right-hand side, you would end up with 4 plus 4x plus x squared. So if you don't see that, that's just me taking 2 plus x and multiplying it by 2 plus x and using FOIL, and you end up with 4 plus 4x plus x squared. So go ahead and do that on the side if you need to. And that's how I got that answer for you. Okay, then I'm going to subtract x from both sides and subtract 8 from both sides. So I'm going to do two things all at once. Okay, that would give me 0 on the left-hand side is equal to 4 minus 8, that's negative 4. 4x minus x is a positive 3x, and then of course an x squared. So I'm gonna write it in standard form. So this would give me x squared plus 3x minus 4 is now equal to 0. And I wanna try and factor this if I can. So remember our factoring techniques that we've studied in this unit. So I got x and x. Let's see here, 4, I have two options. I can either do 2 and 2 or 4 and 1. And since I'm trying to make a 3, I think 4 and 1 is the right choice to make. And they need to add to positive 3, so that has to be positive. And they need to multiply to negative 4, so that has to be negative. All right, so using the zero product property, I can see that x is going to equal 1 from this factor, or x is going to equal negative 4 from this factor. Okay, now after this, you do have to check and make sure that these are working correctly. So let me check both of these for you real quick. So if I plug a 1 back into the original problem, I want to check and make sure, is the square root of 1 plus 8, is that the same thing as 2 plus 1? Remember, I'm plugging it back to the original problem. So the square root of 9, I have the square root of 9, is that the same thing as 3? Yep, 3 is equal to 3. That's a check, that works. Let's check negative 4. Square root of negative 4 plus 8, is that the same thing as 2 minus 4? Well, negative 4 plus 8 is the square root of 4, and then I have a negative 2. The square root of 4 is 2, so does 2 equal negative 2? No. So that means that this guy is what's known as extraneous solution. So make sure that you're checking those and seeing, because sometimes you might get an answer that as a result of squaring a binomial will give you an extraneous solution. All right, there you go. That's how you do number 9.